I bet you're wondering what I'm doing up here, and your guess is as good as mine. No, this came about not last Thursday, but last Thursday. The home Central Line track meet. Standing in my driveway talking to my cousin, and I'm about to head back inside, and I see Grandpa Terry come over with a pan of Grandma Kathy Scotcheroos. And if you say no to Grandma Kathy Scotcheroos, I can't trust you as a person. So I go over there, I grab a couple, and I bring them back inside because they were a little melted. I come back out, and I see Grandpa Terry and my mom talking, and they're saying, yeah, Pastor T won't be there. I got to give the sermon. And I don't know why. I looked at my mom and said, I'll do it. They asked 7 times, and I still said, I'll do it to every single one of them. So I think now it's a little too late for me to back out. But when thinking of what I was going to talk about, because I was like, oh, yeah, got to do a sermon now. What am I going to talk about? Last time I did a sermon, I was a senior in high school, and I thought I had my life figured out. So I was thinking maybe I could talk about college, transitioning from that, and how faith led me through that, just my relationships with friends. And then I decided, why not both? So this year, I got to do something really cool. I got to be involved in what is called the Mark Drama. Here's a picture of us. It is a 90-minute play about the Gospel of Mark. My character, I played Peter. Some interesting things about Peter is he was known to be hot-headed and tempered. I don't know why they casted me as that. But he was the only disciple that was married. He was nicknamed the Rock because he was the foundation of the church. And he swore to himself to be Jesus' bodyguard, his protector. So yeah, it was that was Peter. That was my character. So this all started about, let's see if I can find him. The guy in the middle of the back row, his name is Garrett. He texted me about a month before asking, hey, I want to put on this Mark drama, and these are the dates. I think you'd be great. And I said, of course, I'd love to. I thought of it as an acting thing, get in as many things as I could. And so yeah, and then first rehearsal came, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. We didn't have a script. It was nothing. We just started going. Our director, John, who is the gentleman in the back row on the far right, he assigned our roles, and he was our director. And so the first rehearsal, we had it split up into sections. So section 1, starting with the calling of the first disciples, then ending with section 6, which was the crucifixion and the resurrection. So Thursday, our first rehearsal, we started with, section 1. And it's going along great. We're having a lot of fun, me and all my friends. And a realization I had while acting this out is reading the Bible, you hear about all these miracles and stuff, but you never think about just how instant they are. It's not like your Amazon package. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 business days before you get it. It's immediate. Like when Jesus healed the blind man, it was, you may now see. It wasn't, oh, come back in a couple days and you'll be able to see. It was instant. And that's something I realized, and that was something that was really cool to me. And so we go through the first rehearsal. Everything's great. And we get to the end of rehearsal, and our director, John, he sits us all in a little circle, and he says, so what'd you learn? What was something new? And I just told you what I learned, but instead of saying it in front of people, I sat there, head down, hands crossed, like I was back in Mr. Docker's class. I just sat there, head down, felt uneasy, felt embarrassed a little, didn't want to say anything. And, my friends are talking around me, and I just, wanted to get out of there, leave. So we ended discussion, we ended with prayer, and that was it for the day. Come back Friday. Same deal. But this time we did a very fun scene. It was feeding of the 5,000 and the 4,000. And again, it struck me like with a couple loaves of bread and maybe 3 fish, Jesus fed 5,000 people. And that's just, what? My mom can't even feed me. Like, I eat a lot. So the fact that he was able to do that with a couple loaves of bread and a couple fish, it's crazy. And so we did that scene, and we're walking out in the audience like a bunch of dummies, but it was a lot of fun. And then same thing, John rounded us in a circle and said, "Hey, what'd you learn?" And just like the first time, sat there with my head down, hands crossed. I felt uneasy. I felt weird. Felt like I shouldn't say something. And then we ended with prayer, and that was it. And then Saturday came, and that was our big day rehearsal. We started at, remember. Started at 9. We went till about 11:30. Took a break for lunch, and then we went from about 1 to about 4. So from 9 to about 10:30, 11, we did sections 4 and 5, which was, again, a bunch of miracle stuff. It was a bunch of fun. Then section 6 came. That was the crucifixion. Yeah, that was tough. Obviously, I knew it was coming, and I was like, I've read the Bible. I know what I'm doing. But then the crucifixion came, and something that was interesting to me is we did the Last Supper first. And my character, Peter, at the Last Supper, he says to Jesus, as he's telling his disciples, "You will all run away from me. Like a flock of sheep, you will leave me." And Peter stands up and says, "Jesus, no matter who leaves you, I will stand right by your side. I would rather die than deny you." He would rather die than That's a bold claim. He told Jesus to his face he would rather die than deny him. So then we ended, and we went to where Jesus is praying in the garden, and Garrett, my friend who introduced me to this, who also played our Jesus, is sitting there just crying. He's in the garden on his knees asking God, why me? And I'm not a very emotional guy, but I was sobbing like a little baby. I was like, what? Because none of us knew it was happening. And then you think like, and Garrett did an amazing job of bringing this to life. And that was just something that hit. I was like, wow, that hurt. And then another interesting thing is then we go into Jesus getting taken away by the Pharisees. And then Peter, when he's getting asked about Jesus, granted, he just said he would rather die than deny him, denies him 3 times. Not once, not even twice, 3 times. Said he would rather die than deny Jesus, but then when faced with it, he denied him 3 times. Pretty bad thing for Peter to do. And then we go on through, and it's just an emotional section, but we get through it. And that was it for Saturday. Same thing. But this time I was able to say something. I didn't just sit there completely silent. I was able to say something. But still, I felt uneasy. I felt weird saying something, and I know I shouldn't. But then, ended in prayer, and we went about our Saturdays. Then Sunday came, and we gave a great performance. I really enjoyed it. My mom enjoyed it. Grandma Kathy enjoyed it. Everyone I talked to enjoyed it. Same thing Monday. We gave great service. The only reason I mentioned this was because then that leads to Easter. And I don't know about anyone else, but this Easter felt real for me. It felt real. It hit me in the heartstrings. Good Friday, doing that service, it was, I felt that uneasy feeling, but this one was a good feeling. I felt the burden of which I should feel. And that was something that's never happened to me. And then Easter came, and that burden was lifted. I felt amazing. I felt Jesus has risen. This is amazing. And that was a new feeling for me. I never had that. Easter to me was always about hanging out with family, and then Jesus was, oh yeah, he's there. But then it flipped. We celebrate with our families for Jesus, not the other way around. And the only reason I mentioned, and I know Easter was a long time ago, Mark Drama feels like forever ago. Mark Drama was a long time ago. The only reason I mentioned these things was because laying in my bed, I pulled a Tate when he did his sermon. It was, I should say Thursday morning. Couldn't sleep, rolling around, and then it hit me. I said, I know what I want to talk about. And I was sitting in my bed, and I said to myself, Why was I so embarrassed that first Thursday after rehearsal when everyone was talking? Why did I feel so uneasy? Same thing with the Friday. Why was I so embarrassed? Why was at a time I was embarrassed to sing in church? I still haven't sung in the choir. I'm sorry, Kathy. I felt embarrassed to pray sometimes. And then it hit me. I was scared, just like how Peter was scared when he denied Jesus. Granted, the levels of fear are very different. Peter was scared for his life. He was scared that if he said, yes, I know that man, he was going to get the same treatment that Jesus was getting. I was scared because I cared too much about what other people would think of me. I thought my friends would think I was too Christian if I enjoyed singing in church, if I prayed a lot. Too Christian? Really? That's what was in your brain? I don't think anyone could be too Christian. But then, this helped me because I realized I needed a support system. See, here in Rock Rapids, I have a support system. I have Pastor Travis, I have my mom, I have everyone. In Brookings, I didn't have that yet. I didn't have people I could look to when it came to faith. Now I do. Those people up there. The Mark drama helped me find loving Christian people, and this led to a small group of us getting together every once in a while watching The Chosen. It's a series on Amazon Prime about Jesus and the disciples. It's a great show. You should really watch it. And I found my support group up in Brookings. And so with that being said, I ask, are you guys too embarrassed to be too Christian? Are you embarrassed of your faith? Care too much what other people think about you instead of caring about what God thinks about you? And also, who's your support system? I have mine, and I just want you all to know, you all have one too. It's called the Rock Church. We're here for you. You're here for us. But most importantly, he's here for all of us. Now, this would be the point where Pastor Travis throws his notes in the air in a big dramatic fit, but I don't have notes, so let us pray. Dear Lord, thank you for another day, another day to worship you. You put air in our lungs, you put the energy in our bodies, and I just thank you for everyone around me, and that we have this amazing church and this amazing support system. I just ask that you give us the strength to always, 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 always be following you and living in your word. Amen.